If you hear that noise, no, I am not peeing myself. There is a water fountain on the outside of our balcony. We have just arrived in New Zealand. Kia ora. Welcome to Aotearoa. You can flame me in the comments for that.
Aotearoa? How about I just save the audience some trouble? Aotearoa. And Kia ora? That just sounds like a car. It's Kia ora, whānau. Who am I? Well, you can just call me Future Erik. And I'll be popping in from time to time when our friends need a little help. But for now, some backstory to catch you guys up to speed. My partner Mel and I always had dreams of travel. We saved up a bunch of money, quit our jobs, and promptly moved into a van. We spent the summer traveling around the US, deciding it'd be best to see the beautiful parts of our own country before exploring others. We hiked our little hearts out through 12 national parks, hiking in and out of the Grand Canyon, doing the very sketchy Angel's Landing hike, and finishing with a 17+ mile hike up Yosemite's Half Dome. It was an incredible ride, but that was just the beginning. We applied for a non-lucrative visa to live in Valencia, Spain. We traveled through most of Europe and Morocco in the next year or so, making friends, learning new things, and having a hell of an adventure. We also went on a hike or two. It felt like an absolute dream, but then when we got home, the alarm clock went off. We ate some good burritos we had been missing, hung out with our loved ones, and got new jobs. But the void called to us. After hearing through the grapevine that there were some opportunities for us to New Zealand, we bid. We immediately applied for visas, and the rest is history. Actually, I think the rest is in this video. Now, where were we?
Did you see that email?
Dear Eric Weicker, congratulations. We have approved your application for the United States Working Holiday Scheme work visa.
We're going to New Zealand!
We are so excited to be here in New Zealand. Melissa is staring at me because she is trying to make her coffee in the background.
Hi!
There she is.
Dude, there's a hair.
But anyways, we just finished our long journey. It was a 6-hour flight from DC to Vancouver. That was delayed twice, and then we hit up the lounge. Well, you know us. We are heading to a lounge, even though I've eaten. Melissa has food, and our gate was right after security. But yeah, I mean, what can we say? Got to use the priority pass. Maybe we'll get drunk.
We're not traveling. It's not the start of an adventure without a lounge.
Yeah.
We're spoiled now.
Yeah, we can't go back. We didn't get fed anything on the Air Canada flight over to Vancouver. We arrived around 10:30 West Coast time. Hey Mel, welcome to Canada.
Yay! What?
We're in Jurassic Park, Mel.
Crazy.
We are getting our steps because we're gonna be on a 14-hour flight next.
Right after a 6-hour flight.
No people mover for us.
That was a close one. We almost went to arrivals as opposed to taking the international connections hallway.
Yep.
Even though we were warned that this exists. Thank goodness we asked her. I think we totally would have missed that.
Thank you.
This is gorgeous.
Going up on that side.
Maple syrup, anyone? Playing Mario Kart in this bitch. So we asked for... I thought we were gonna ask for an upgrade, but Melissa asked for extra seats, so we may be getting an extra seat, which would be nice to spread out on this long flight. But yeah, Canadians are really nice, turns out. If you didn't know, this lady was super willing to accommodate us, and just by asking, some questions. So
We don't know that it'll work out. We have to wait for the gate agent, and honestly, there's no guarantee that they won't give that row away. Since we're kind of standing down to go get some food from the lounge. I'm starving.
yeah, we're heading to the lounge because turns out they don't give snacks anymore. I don't know what's going on. We didn't end up taking off till close to 1 a.m. West Coast time, which was like 4 a.m. East Coast time, so we were very tired. But thanks to that delay, we actually were able to go into the Sky Lounge and grab some food, which actually wasn't as important as we thought because we were fed maybe an hour and a half into the flight a dinner, even though it was 3 in the morning West Coast time at that point. long flight. I don't know if it was my longest one. It was definitely Melissa's longest flight. But we are so thankful that we did, because stepping out of that airport and feeling the warm temperature, the warm air, the sunlight, and also just like the ocean smell, I felt like I was truly on an island, which we are. It's just a really big one. Feeling a little moist, Mel.
A little moist.
Heard the first person with a New Zealand accent. Fun. Where the heck do we go? So Melissa is checking out to see if she has any food, because we do not want to get fined.
No, and I'm a nervous Nelly.
The bio controls here are really strict. You can get like a $400 fine, New Zealand dollars, so a little bitter. But that's a lot, and they can x-ray or use dogs to check, so we're being safe.
They typically have snacks and stuff. Do you think you're gonna have liquid IV?
Sponsor us. Yet to be determined if they walk on the left.
Look how pretty. Was that it?
We
We did it!
did it.
We made it out!
We're out. It was easy. Everything electronic, so just bring your passport.
That was the move.
And we didn't have to clean our boots, or we cleaned our boots beforehand, so they didn't check us.
Get your at-hop cards from here so that you can ride the public bus into the CBD.
I don't know if it's the fact that we just got off a 14-hour flight that followed like a 6-hour flight, but I think it really is that I'm just so happy because we are here. It is summer, beautiful weather, and I can smell the ocean.
So yeah, we made a friend on the bus into the center of, I guess, downtown Auckland to get to our Airbnb. He was really nice, shout outs to him. And we got to our Airbnb, which
Wow.
is just a nice, simple, modern flat, but it has a great view. There's a park right outside, children playing in the sun and people having picnics. And then you can actually see the Sky Needle or Sky Tower right from our balcony.
Thank you.
Like it.
We are amped for that. We are very tired though. So I took a shower. As you can see, my hair's wet. Melissa is finishing getting ready, and then we're going to grab our SIM cards. I think we're going with Spark. There's a few different carriers. I think Skinny is part of Spark. Vodafone, which is like One New Zealand or something like that, which is another popular option. I think they're all pretty decent, and a lot of them don't get service out in like outside in the rural areas anyways. So we're gonna grab something because we need service, and then we're gonna keep looking for a car because we have a short deadline to grab a car. There are so many things you will need to know if you want to come here or move here in terms of just the visa, getting through the passport control and biosecurity. Thank you. All the way to, transit card, what kind of cell phone plan you should get, buying a car, figuring out if it's stolen, getting a third-party inspection. We could definitely make videos like that if you guys need some guides. We actually probably plan to. But yeah, it's a busy day, so we're just tackling it head on.
What is that? All right, we just took first the most expensive quick bus ride, and then the cheapest the longest way possible bus ride. But we're about to check out this car, and it might be our new vehicle for the next year. Let's see. Time to gamble. Getting a little nervous. Been here for 15, 20 minutes maybe for them doing the car. We've been here for a couple hours now. We're moving up to stage 2. Here's to hoping that we don't have huge things to fix because the car was about $2,200 USD. So bad news. There's a lot of corrosion in the engine bay and some other issues. And the guy basically told us that it might not even be worth what the car, how much we paid for it, which was pretty little. So we're at a mechanic now. He's gonna check it out, see what the damages are, but we might have to completely change our plans. Getting a car in 2 days is tough on top of getting IRD and bank account and all the other stuff.
Good lesson.
Yeah.
It's too good to be true.
Yeah, we might have to either rent a car if this doesn't work out. Hopefully we can return the car. We don't even know, so we'll see. Also randomly someone screamed out their window at us. They're probably just an asshole driver.
Yeah, they weren't very nice.
Okay, we are very stressed. Working against the clock here. Everyone's closing. But we just went over to a panel beater spot to see how much it would be. They were saying it's about $600 for the brakes and the rim at the mechanic, and we're trying to see how much the corrosion will be. We just went somewhere and they just pointed us to another place with someone specific. Raj, I think is his name. So we're gonna go talk to Raj. Well, I think it's game over. Now, why is it game over, you say? Well, something that I didn't tell you was that Melissa's family was hot on our heels. They planned to meet up with us and take a little vacation in our new home. So we were trying to rush to get a car. But you'll figure the rest out as we go. I think the sleep deprivation was just stressing me out. And having to buy a car within 2 days of moving to a new country. So the damage, based on our estimates, it's gonna be about 2,000 or so dollars, New Zealand dollars.
Could be 1 to 2 if we're hopeful.
Lesson to everyone, always buy a car right after the Warrant of Fitness gets updated, request that it gets updated, or do a pre-purchase inspection.
Yeah, we read this advice. Somehow we didn't decide to take it. So learn from our mistakes. But I mean, at the end of the day, we're hoping to still get out of this with a really cheap car and one that works for what we need. So stay tuned. So excited.
Just got out of the grocery store, got the bag, and we're about to pick up the Fam Bam.
Yay!
So after all this car trouble, we ended up coming to an agreement with the previous owner, so we're gonna just get a discount on the original agreed price and fix the car, and hopefully it treats us right.